All right. Good morning, good morning, everyone. I want to first of all thank everyone for tuning in on last night, listening to um, Pastor King. He was on for our conversations with the candidate. And I tell you, there was so much excitement from his appearance on last night to share with the general public, his constituents, and those who he would like to become his constituents, to just receive that information in the manner and excitement in which it was given. So, if you get a chance, please go on to my YouTube channel and look at that interview on last night. That was it was more of a conversation, because these are not interviews. These are conversations with the candidate, and he's sharing an enormous amount of information. So go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, Electra James Inspirational Talks. That's on my YouTube channel. And if you like, while you're over there, subscribe. And you can look at so many other videos that's out there too. We've been having multiple conversations with Reverend King. I tell you, he is an amazing candidate and an amazing man of God. And he is still fighting. So we got to get in that fight with him. And not just him, there's others. We got to get on the right side we want to be on the right side of history. So I just wanted to thank everyone this morning, and OBS did work better last night. So I think we're working the kink side of it. I sure hope so. But I want to say this morning, very briefly, release it. Whatever it is, release it. Whatever it is that you're holding on to, release it. If it's hurting you, release it. Those are the things that you've got to release out of your life, because you weren't built to just be in pain all the time. You weren't built and designed to be hurt, to be put down. Just release it. Give it back to God. Whatever it is, give it to God. You can't handle it. And God has let you know that you couldn't handle it, because everything you've been doing, it haven't been working out. He said, the reason why is I'm trying to get your attention. This battle is not yours. This battle is not yours. Whatever's going on in your life, this battle not yours. It belongs to me. But you're trying to handle something that doesn't belong to you. That situation doesn't belong to you. That situation is present in your life that God can build you up from it and make you stronger in him and depend on him and trust him, and not those things that you think you got so much about yourself that you don't need him. And I'm not just saying this. I'm going to back this up. Over in Exodus, that 14th chapter, the 14th verse says this to support what I'm telling you this morning. God said, you got to release this. You got to release some of this stuff you keep walking around with. Said, God will fight the battle for you. God will fight the battle for you. And you, it puts emphasis on it, and you keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Sometimes you're saying too much. God is fighting your battle for you. They just don't see him in the midst of it. Your enemy feels like they're fighting you alone because they're trying to bring the person that they see physically in real time for whatever that reason. And let me tell you something. Circumstances and people will take you down, especially when you walk away from God. What I mean by that, when you won't shut your mouth. You know, again, I didn't say it. The word says it over there in Exodus, the 14th chapter, that 14th verse says, God will fight your battle. And you, talking about me and you, who's listening, you keep your mouths shut. Everything doesn't deserve a response. There are some things that you do need to respond to, but there are a lot of things that you're responding to that you just need to keep your mouth shut. This is not even your battle. This is not even your battle. You know why? God says, you know why it's not yours and you don't recognize it? Because it's been going on too long. Because you're trying to handle it your way. You can't handle evil. You cannot handle evil. You need to get that in your mind, in your head, that you cannot handle evil. You got to have a big God for that. Because, let me tell you something. The more you fight evil, the harder evil gonna fight against you. That's God's battle. You know what your battle is, just like I know what my battles are. But when we in them so long, that's because we have let go of God's hand. We didn't release that thing to him. And even when we say that we did, we go back and pick it up. So God said, go on with your bad self. You know how your parents used to say, go on with your bad self. You got this. You feel like you can handle it better than me? Okay. And then something that should have been over within 24 hours. You done lingered and carried that thing out for 30 years. Because you just couldn't shut your mouth. You just couldn't let God handle it. You just couldn't let God speak through you. See, people can say a lot of things, but their voice will never sound like the voice of God. Can I say that again? People can say many things, but their voice is not as powerful as the voice of God. When God is speaking through you, let him speak through you. Stop trying to do stuff on your own. Stop trying to take matters into your own hand. Stop trying to always find the resolution. Stop trying to always look for somebody else to give you confirmation. You can get confirmation from God if you go to his word, if you listen for his voice, if you obey his Holy Spirit. See, you staying in stuff too long. But see, that's us making that choice. Because we feel like, oh, I ain't going to let them get away with that. Oh, no, I'll die before I let them get away with that. Well, you just might. You just might. Because you're going to kill yourself trying to protect yourself from something that you are not even in control of. You can't control the way somebody thinks about you. You can't control that. You cannot control the things that people desire that you don't have. You cannot control that. All you can do is keep being focused, staying focused on the promises of God over your life. Release that thing. Release those emotions and those feelings that you have towards people. Release that. Because let me tell you something. Them people that went on about their business. You still sitting there mad 30 years later. And you know what? They don't even know you still mad. Because you never released it. You got to release stuff. You got to see it like it is. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing to look at your life through a real pair of glasses instead of rose-colored glasses. See, we have this, what they call selective hearing. We hear what we want to from God, and the rest, we just go on about our business. I'm going to hear what he's telling me over in Psalms 27, but I ain't got time for what he's talking about in Psalms 37. Now, I ain't got time for that. That don't apply to me. Every 66 books inside that Bible apply to you. They apply to you and they apply to me. See, when you're looking for pats on the back from people, you're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill yourself. Because people can pat you on the back one day and the next day they sitting over there and they can find everything you did wrong and bring it to your attention. Yeah, and if not yours, that of others. I'm just simply telling you this morning. You got to release some stuff. You got to let some stuff go because that battle is not yours. That battle belongs to the Lord. The finance troubles you having, that belongs to God. The medical attention and medical diagnosis that you've received, that belongs to God. Those wayward children that can't seem to get it together and they driving you crazy because you can't sleep at night because you're worried about them because you don't know what's about to happen, but you know it ain't going to be good. Release it to God. Release it to God. Relationships that need to be mended, release it to God. And he will bring those relationships back to where he wants them, how he wants them, and they'll be stronger if you get your hands off of it. You got to release that stuff to God. Everything in our life, we have to give it back to him. He knows we are weary. He knows we wounded. He knows we sad. You know, my late husband said, he say this all the time. You can't even always give the glitter and glam of a sermon. This is what he used to say. Because that's just feel-good stuff. That's feel-good stuff. You got to lay it out there. You got to take your time with it. And you got to feed the people a meal, okay? You feed them a meal. Don't stop giving people snacks. See, when people are always talking that good stuff to you, hey, they just giving you a snack. When people are feeding you, they are taking that word and they bringing that word to life and they're breaking that word down and they're telling you that if you just take this and eat of this, you're going to stay full all the time. You'll never get empty. Because it's going to always be a word to help you. And inside that word is multiple conversations that can grow out of it with God's people. See, that's why a lot of us just snacking. See, a lot of us just can't let go of situations in life because we just eating snacks. We just want to listen to the flowery sermons, the ones that just make you scream, make you holler, make you do whatever you do. No, you got to get in the meat of that thing and feed a whole meal to God's people. Because there's some rough times. There were some rough times during these times before us. Somebody asked me what Bible I read out of. I have several because my husband had several. And every time he buy one himself, he'd get me one too. This is the Message Bible. Because he liked coming from different angles of readings. But this is the Message Bible. And I'm just sharing that because someone had asked me the name of the Bible. It's all got the same in there. It's got God's word in there to strengthen us. You don't have to do this by yourself. You are not alone. Yes, God works through human agency. God works through human agency. Stop pushing people away that God sent to help you, and you're trying to keep people in your life that's trying to destroy you, and they don't even care what happened to you. Sometimes you push the wrong people away because of whatever the reason. People do it every day for whatever the reason. You are a child of God. You are. I am. Every day is not this day where you get up, you feel like you're on top of the world. Sometimes you wake up and feel like the world is on top of you. But God don't never just let you stay there. He never just lets you stay there. He always moves you. He don't let your enemy take you out. He always got a covering over you. But you and I must understand. You can't get in God's business and take care of God's business. He could take care of his business on his own. And you are his business because you are his child. You know how you won't let nobody hurt your child? Why would you think that God would let people and enjoy somebody hurting you? Why? You know how you tell your kids, shut your mouth? You know, y'all do that. Come on now. Everybody do it. I done it. I done it with my grandkids. Would you just shut your mouth? Listen to what the people saying. Okay? And I know I'm not wrong because in the word, it's telling me right here in this 14th chapter of Exodus, on that 14th verse, God will fight the battle for you. And you keep your mouth shut. Put emphasis on that thing too. Keep your mouth with an S shut. So he's not just talking to one person, he's talking to all of us. He means it for every last one of us. If God gonna direct your path, let God direct your path. If you gonna run that ship on your own, you run your own ship and just go on about your business. You ain't listening to nobody, no way. You're not listening to nobody, no way. So you just wasting people's time. When people try to give you words of encouragement, words of wisdom, words of inspiration, insight to things that they've already been through. And it's not even designed to hurt you. It's warnings to you and for you. That's what they are. You better learn to listen to God. Release that stuff. This morning, you know what you're holding on to. You know what's keeping you nerved up, keeping you in a down spiral. You know better than anybody know, because it's your life. God say release that stuff right now. You 10 years down the road, release that stuff. You a year down the road, release that stuff. And then yesterday gone, release that. That's over in yesterday. What the people done to you, that's over in yesterday. I hold every other day that you gonna see past that point of when that happened. Just keep your mouth shut. Just shut your mouth. That's what he's telling us. Sound harsh, don't it? But you said it to your children. So give God your father. Okay? He told you to shut your mouth. I done been told that a lot of times by my parents. Shut your mouth. You're talking too much. Uh, all right, then. I'm not going to stay on here long this morning, but I want you all to have a wonderful, beautiful day. And again, pay attention to what God is saying to you, just like I'm going to pay attention to what he's saying to me. And I'm going to shut my mouth. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.